Download now. Available everywhere audiobooks are sold.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. This hour brought to you by, what do I say, RealCBDThatWorks.com. RealCBDThatWorks.com for inflammation, pain, and anxiety. I wanted to say something about inflammation. I'm not talking about like you have a tennis elbow and it's inflamed or a knee. Yeah, it helps with that. We're talking about systemic inflammation, which is endothelium disease, really. And it's an amazing product. It's kind of like what aspirin does, but on a more systemic and less harmful way. It helps you, which helps with all kinds of immunity things and with like heart disease and all of that. The inflammation is one of the biggest problems we have as Americans. Anyway, this is a plant-based product, of course. No THC or THC, either one will never make you high. And it's realcbdthatworks.com for systemic inflammation, pain, and anxiety. RealCBDThatWorks.com. If you use Tom in the promo code, you get 30% off. Okay, now listen, Rick has a question for Joan Sullivan about costs, and I understand what he's saying. Rick is saying, look, this is the cost could be substantial up front. Now, I want to make a few things. I'm not trying to sell people on this. If people want a reverse loan, the cost, the only place the cost is different, Rick, and I'll bring up Joan Sullivan with approval of reverse mortgage. The only real place it's different, you pay a little more in interest rate, because of the nature of the loan. Like conventional is about, what would you say, Joan, about 0.5% lower or about that, right?
Maybe 0.5 to 0.25% lower.
Yeah, it's not that much higher than a conventional loan. But mortgage insurance, I want to explain this. Mortgage insurance is, people don't understand it. What it does, it insures the lender to make the lender no more exposed than they would be with an 80% loan to value. I know that. Let me explain it. For example, when you buy a home, and let's say for argument, just to make it easy, $100,000. Now, a lender who gives you a conventional loan would give you 80% of that, which is $80,000. $80,000. What private mortgage insurance does is it insures if you give more than 80% loan to value. So let's say you got a 90% loan. What the mortgage insurance does is insures that lender for that extra 10% only. So it makes it as if you gave the borrower an 80% loan to value, and it reduces the risk of the lender. Now, with a reverse loan, it's a little different. With a reverse loan, what it does is it still makes it like a conventional loan, because with a reverse loan, because it accumulates, it can easily get beyond 80% loan to value, 90% loan to value. In fact, it can be 100% loan to value. It can go 110% loan to value because they can never ask you to move. So there is a possibility it can increase. So the bottom line is you pay that up front. But Joan, correct me if I'm wrong. You pay that up front, which will put it about 2 to 3% higher than a normal loan closing as far as cost.
Hold your breath.
There's one other. I'll hold my breath in a second, but there's one thing I wanted to ask Joan Sullivan, and then you can talk all you want. Joan, with a reverse loan and the prepaid private mortgage insurance, if you leave that home or sell it or refi, do you get a refund for the unused portion of that?
If you refi, you do get a credit for a portion of the unused mortgage insurance. If you sell the home, you do not. And it's the same with a forward mortgage now. That the mortgage insurance is not prorated and refunded based on the length of time that you've had the loan outstanding.
Wow. So once you pay it, you pay it unless you refi. If you refi, you get credit for the unused portion?
We are doing a lot of refinances right now because the homes have appreciated.
But I want to make it straight. If somebody sells their home, they do not get a refund on that.
They do not.
Okay, but
we're doing a lot of refinances.
I get it, Joan.
There is no mortgage insurance.
I get
Zero.
it. I get it. Okay, because of the high equity.
Yes.
So if you get a loan, a reverse loan with no mortgage insurance, would it be the same cost as a conventional loan, or would it still be more?
Oh, it would be a little less
than a conventional loan.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm going to let Rick say whatever he wants. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, what I was getting at is I've got some numbers. Actually, I'm kind of looking out for this guy because he's a friend of mine. He's elderly. His total cost based upon the loan that they agreed to was around 13%.
Oh.
I know that.
There's something wrong there, Rick.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I called.
Wow.
I don't think you're looking at it right.
Can you send the settlement statement to us so Joan can look at it?
Well, that'd be a lot of work. But the question I have is...
what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Are there any statutory limits as to what banks can charge?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one of my questions.
Okay. Joan?
Now, I realize the mortgage insurance premium is subject to whatever the market is. Loan origination fees, I assume that's got to be statutory, I guess.
That is statutory. There is a limit. There's a formula.
Closing costs are flip the coin and have somebody tell you what they are. I'm just kind of getting an idea of what one could expect. And if this guy was taken to the cleaners... Did
he already close on it, Rick?
Yeah, he's been into it for about 6 months.
Well, then it's too late. But what were you looking at to say? How did you figure out his costs? Were you looking at his settlement sheet?
No, he and I were talking, and he said it cost him about 13%.
Can he get a copy of his settlement sheet? Because let's say they broke the law. We might be able to go back and do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next question I'm going to ask before I go through all this craziness is, what can one expect a total percentage would be basically put on your loan? If you took out a $100,000 loan, you could expect it to have a baseline of already, say, $5,000 or whatever.
That's a good question.
5,000.
So about 5%.
Maybe a little bit more, because the appraisal is the appraisal. The title insurance is the title insurance. So it probably would be more than that.
What would make it more than that, Joan? Where's the variable?
The variable is when I give a percentage of 4%, it's based on a higher loan amount. And so if you've got static closing costs of, say, $3,500, then it's going to be relatively more.
Okay, maybe
up to 5%.
A standard closing
if you can send a settlement statement,
but Joan, are you saying basically 5% is the high end?
Right.
So this guy, if he's saying 13%, I'm wondering if he had to prepay his mortgage insurance, his homeowner's insurance and taxes because of a credit issue. We don't know that. That could be part of it. Because, Rick, if it's 13%, this guy's getting ripped.
Yeah.
Well, that was my first guess. Now, I realize that origination fees can't exceed, like I'm looking online, it says $6,000. Okay.
Right.
Closing costs, it's up to whoever. Mortgage insurance premium, those are the only three variables that are sitting on the table.
Rick, here's what we're going to do, okay? Seriously. If this guy closed and he has a closing statement, a settlement sheet, please get it. Because if he was ripped off, there is something we can do.
Yes.
Right now. So please do that. There's no sense talking about it. Just do it. Because what we're hearing from Joan Sullivan, Approval Reverse Mortgage, is on the outside we're talking about 5%. So there's no way he should be paying that much. I have a feeling, Joan, his credit was questionable and he had to escrow taxes and insurance.
That's a distinct possibility.
That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, 303-713-TALK if you have any questions on that. Now, Mike, you have a neighbor hit your truck. What's going on with that?
Okay, it was through Connect Family Insurance. She left a note. She's real nice because it was early in the morning, and I talked to his insurance company, and they said you can repair it or you can call for salvage because it was damaged pretty badly.
Hold on one sec, because I'm going to tell you something. You could be in that weird situation where they're going to screw you royally. We'll talk about it coming up.
Don't automatically renew insurance ever. You could be paying way too much. Get free comparisons on all your policies. No obligation insurance checkup. Call Compass Insurance. 303-771-HELP.
Frank Duran will show you how to time, position, and bracket your contract. This protects your best interest and helps you net more money on the sale of your home. Frank Duran with RE/MAX Alliance at frankduranhomes.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. For stucco work, if you need stucco work, do you need siding, gutters, painting, fencing, decks? Of course, a lot of stuff you'll wait till spring, but they're doing full speed ahead right now, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And with home improvements, don't take chances. These guys are approved. They've been with me for for more than 30 years. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, so we got a lot to get to, all right? Now, Melissa, we really do need to talk to you, Melissa. You're going to be happy to hear this because we really did a deep dive onto this and did some investigating. Melissa was concerned about cowboy moving and storage, and she said she was missing some stuff. I want to take it one at a time. And are you there, Melissa?
I am.
Thank you for holding. You had video running the whole time. It's Nest Video. A lot of people nowadays have video. These guys were packing up, and one guy off to the side was packing some of your clothing items, and then he took something that was crumpled and black, or looked crumpled, or looked small and black, and put it in his cargo pants pocket above the knee. Before he put it in there, it was laying on the either was it a chair mark or a bench or something? It was sitting on there. Anyway, it was right next to him. And so you had mentioned you were missing black panties, and so you made the assumption after looking at the video, and you put two and two together, this guy must have put your panties in there. And I think you're going to be happy to know that we had this video enhanced digitally, and it clearly shows it was a cap, and it was his cap, he said. And he showed us the cap, and it matches the video. And so apparently, I don't know why his cap was on that bench or on that chair, but he very clearly went over, reached for it, and when he reached for it, he held it tight, put it in his pants, and that was it. So there were no panties involved.
Okay, I have to disagree.
Well, you want to look at the video. The video's not lying. I mean, it's incontrovertible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. You can see exactly what it is. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can see how he reaches over, he picks him up. His back is to the camera, but he picks him up and he looks at him, and then he sets him down, and then he puts him over to the side.
It was a cap that he did. We saw what he did. We saw the enhanced version. I mean, and I'm not talking about some fuzzy, hazy video. This is crystal clear.
It's absolutely his cap.
Because it's high definition, we were able to see everything you just said. But except it was a cap. No, I thought you'd be happy that you didn't have a pervert in your house.
No, I'm ecstatic. And of course, you could see more than I could.
And we'll be happy to show you those because seriously, I'll be straight with you. When I looked at this, I thought, that is weird. It's weird. And then when you really look at it up close, it's so innocent. He just laid his cap down and then put it in his pocket. I didn't see him in the video ever wearing a cap, but maybe it fell out of his pocket. I don't know. All I know is it is a cap, and there's no way to fake that because it's your video. And like I said, you'd be happy that you can see it. Because it's high-def video, with high-def video, this is what's good. You can actually zoom in without distortion. A lot of surveillance videos are not high-def, so you can't expand the pixels without getting too fuzzy.
So besides that, what other issues did you have?
Oh, yeah, the money part. Again, we enhanced that, and you see him taking his wallet out and counting money. Obviously, we didn't see him taking the money. You never alleged that you saw him taking the money. But you feel like it was weird that he was counting money.
No, that wasn't it at all. You can see on because I was missing my wallet. And I didn't even look at this video till